One of the greatest comeback stories of all time in NASCAR history has to be Martin Truex Jr.'s prolific run with Furniture Row Racing. From 2015 to 2018, Truex would win 17 races as well as scoring his first career Cup Series championship in 2017. With all the success, what gets forgotten in all of this is that in his debut season with Furniture Row Racing, he was awful. So let's get into it. Prior to Furniture Row, Truex was on his way to long-term success with Michael Waltrip Racing. During the regular season of 2013, he had picked up his first win for the team as well as his second career win, that being his first win in 6 seasons. He was well on his way to a chase spot before the racing world came crashing down on him. He was a victim of what we now know as Spingate. As a result, Truex had clinched the final wildcard spot. But as soon as NASCAR caught wind of it, they brought the hammer down on that entire team. Truex was docked 50 driver's points and bumped out of the chase. Not long after, Napa decided they didn't want to be associated with a team that cheats and would pull their sponsorship after the 2013 season. Truex was out of the ride, or so he thought. In October of 2013, it was announced that he would go on to drive for Furniture Row Racing beginning the next season. Just like that, Truex was back in a competitive ride. Or so we thought. Heading into 2014, the idea that Truex and Furniture Row could make the playoffs was very real. However, in reality, the season turned out to be one big mess.
Martin Truex Jr. starting on the front row, the 78 car, caught up in this one of 7 cars. As you take a look, you heard Jimmy Johnson apologize. Released from the care center. We're checking on the health of some of the other drivers. And it looks like David Reagan has been released from the care center as well. We thank Kevin Harvick, who was with us earlier, had some commitment to run to, and will address his situation in post-race inspection from the earlier duel when he finished second to Matt Kenseth. But we went 299 miles here between the 2 duels. But in that last stretch, Jeff Hamlin, we saw the 7-car wreck, and it looked like fuel costing Jimmy Johnson, and it triggered it at 195 miles per hour.
Martin Truex had 2 great cars at Daytona. Does disappointing even define what you're experiencing right now?
Not really. I mean, it's it's definitely a tough break for the team. The car was super fast today, and I went to bed last night thinking it's probably my best shot ever to win the Daytona 500, and really felt that way. Even today, the car was just so good, and riding around, kind of biding our time, trying to be patient. You got to get to the end of this thing, and unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. It looks like something knocked the oil pump belt off. I don't know if it was debris off the racetrack or what, but typically that belt comes off. You have about 2 seconds to shut it off before it blows up, and just didn't get enough warning. So definitely a shame. Definitely a tough break for this team. They built a great race car, but I guess the only good news is we've got a car in one piece to race next time, because this is pretty darn good.
Thanks, Martin.
Martin Truex Jr. in that 78 car just got a little bump from the rear. He's got a tire rub right now. He's still on the lead lap, but he's going to have to get into the pits, it looks like.
Yeah, that's nothing to mess around with. We saw that happen to Danica at Phoenix. She had a little tire rub. Next thing you know, she had to let her tire down. So you don't want that to happen here. You'll go spinning around.
The tire rub starts there before that contact, but well, there's 2 ways that can resolve itself. Spin in turn 2, and it resolved itself.
You can see the left rear tire is down now. It just finally cut. And there's no inner liner in the left side tires, to your point earlier about the rights.
Around she goes.
Tough one for Martin Truex. That will make Austin Dillon in the Richard Childress number 3, the free pass car. So when we restart, we'll again have 16 on the lead lap. Martin Truex, slow off turn number 2, and caution is out. Watch for the black 78.
I think he gets, yikes.
He and Brad Keselowski disagreeing.
See, everybody
got a little Kirby there.
Yeah, everybody want to know if that was real grass. Well, that's real grass and that's real dirt, and those are real curves.
Whoa, trouble again. That's the rookie Kyle Larson spinning down the back straightaway. Casey Kane also sideways.
I just think it's slippery up there.
Yeah,
I mean, I think to your point, there's some guys that went up there, and I think it caught them off guard, but they had nobody in front of them like the 4 car.
Yeah.
We see the 48 on the bottom right here. He just gets free right there. Free, works it up the racetrack. Runs, who's he pinned on the outside wall?
Martin Truex Jr. got some damage.
Got pinned on the outside wall. And then I think the 5 car probably let off and got run into from behind and spun around, because that's what happens a lot of time.
This may give us a better shot here.
Clear.
Now, he lost it by himself first.
Yeah.
And then the 78 got into him.
Oh, Denny Hamlin not going to get this one back.
Hard into the wall behind him. Matt Kenseth, Menard, Vickers, and more. Look at this pileup.
Only Stewart in the middle of that.
Keselowski, Truex. What a mess.
We see Denny Hamlin get sideways. Let's see if that's, well,
like a couple of things going on right there. The 55, Brian cut off Matt Kenseth. I'm not sure if they're related or not.
Oh, trouble, Danica. Justin Allgaier, Michael Annett, Trevor Bayne, and more.
Keep on rolling if you can.
with it, with cars all around, we talked about fanning out and the speed that you get up to in a hurry.
You can see right here, Danica is in the middle of the 3 wide situation.
So got into 14 of Jeff Burton just a little bit there. Turned the wheel to stay off of that.
Got one on the wall up here.
Martin Truex Jr. caution flag is out.
Yellow's out.
And that changes everything. Hit the big reset button on it all. We're not done yet. Martin Truex Jr. and then Kyle Busch involved in this one, and that's rather interesting appearing.
Looks like he dumped Martin Truex. They may have had some contact earlier and later. What that's all about.
Hell was that for? He just dumped you, man. I don't know.
And as I suspected there might be, there's Martin Truex Jr. around the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Kyle Busch's car is down here in the garage, and Martin Truex Jr. came into his window net. They were having a fairly heated conversation. No blows were thrown.
Brad Keselowski losing spots. Is there a problem on the 2? Now he's got problems. Casey Mears into the back of him.
Hold on. Caution, 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 caution.
And more collected.
Lost your transmission for no reason. I haven't missed a shift or anything. Coming at you.
A locker maybe?
Could be. Something strange. Ooh, what a big mess it caused.
You can see the hard hits. Martin Truex.
His 2014 stats are this: 0 wins, 1 top 5, 5 top 10s, and an average finish of 20.2, and would finish 24th in the standings. The following season, they would turn it around, scoring a win at Pocono and making the Final Four. Then 2 years later, they would become NASCAR champions. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.